Okay, welcome to my webinar. Thank you for joining me today. And the webinar is called Stand Up for Your Health. Before we start, I'm going to share a bit about myself. I'm a life coach and an executive coach. I'm also certified by the International Coach Federation, that's known as ICF. I'm an associate certified coach. I'm also a lawyer. I practiced in India and in Hong Kong. I help my clients move forward, find fulfillment and success in their life. I focus on making my clients feeling empowered and accomplished. It's sounding fancy, but I'm basically very result oriented. I'm also a journaling junkie. I run to my journal at every opportunity and every chance I get because I believe it's an outlet that we have and it helps us in every aspect of our life. I will be using journaling in this webinar too, so I'll give you a little dose of what and how journaling can help. Just let me start my chat box on the side. In case you have any questions, feel free to please pop them in and I will answer them as soon as I see them. Lovely. Now let me talk a bit about you. The fact that you're here today is because you want to prioritize your health. You know it's important for you, but you haven't done much about it. Sorry for the typo there, there's the word missing. You don't know how to assert yourself or stand up for your health, and that makes you feel frustrated and helpless at times. You now want to improve your health, the quality of your life, and make health a priority. You want to focus on you and take a stand. Is there anything else I'm missing? Let me know. Welcome, who's joined in? Purva, welcome. So, as I was saying, is there anything else about you that I have missed out? Please feel free to share, and I would love to know if I've missed something about you. Moving on, today, the focus for today's webinar is we're going to prioritize your mental and physical health with the reasons why it's important and needed. We're going to learn how to be assertive and stand up for our health. I'm going to teach you practical strategies to try out immediately, and that will help build your self-confidence. You'll understand why your health always seems to be at the bottom of the list. Is there anything else you'd like? Hi Purva, welcome. I'm just talking about the focus for today's webinar. These are the things we're going to be talking about today. If you have any questions, feel free to pop it in the chat box. I'll answer them as I see it. Okay, let's start. Now, before that, I want to tell you something important. I am not a doctor or a health practitioner. The information is not meant to replace seeing a qualified health professional. But if you're here, chances are you haven't been prioritizing your health in the first place. So let's sort this together and help you stand up for your health. I hope I'm very clear about this. It's very important for me that you understand that I'm not a doctor. These are my views after research, after my education, but I'm not a doctor or a health practitioner. It's important for me to tell you this because today we're talking about health. Tell me now, girls, what does standing up for yourself mean to you? Put it in the chat box and let me know what it means to you. What does standing up for yourself mean to you? Anybody? Learning to say no. Yes, brilliant. Very nice, Pratika. This is actually it's a lovely life skill. It's a very important life skill. And I'm so glad you spoke about it because we're going to be talking about it. When you can't do something and can't please everyone, speaking your heart. Yes, this is lovely. That's so nice. And you can't be a people pleaser all the time. You're pleasing everybody but making yourself miserable, which is brilliant. What else? Okay, I'm going to tell you what standing up for ourselves means to me. It means speaking clearly, no arguing. It means setting boundaries, following your heart, even if others don't support you, looking after your health, prioritizing things that are important to you, giving yourself priority and taking a stand for a specific area of your life. Does this resonate with you? Do you feel a connect here, what I'm saying? Because it's so important to understand what standing up means. Standing up doesn't mean putting another down. Standing up doesn't mean being aggressive. It means these important things. It means standing up for things that are important to you while respecting others. That's very important. But how does this apply to our health? My webinar today is standing up for your health. How does standing up for yourself connect with standing up for your health? Anyone? Would you like to share with me how does it apply to your health, standing up for yourself, and why it's important to stand up for your health? Okay, let me share. It means standing up for your physical needs. Your physical health needs care. Speaking your heart. Yes, Purva, speaking your heart, putting yourself first. Self-care, yourself, absolutely. When it comes to your health, we want to eat healthy. We want to lose weight. We want to exercise. When it comes self-confidence and esteem, Kritika, absolutely. Our mental health needs care. We need to stand up for our physical and mental health care needs. If you're feeling stressed, when our daily tasks become challenging, why do all these things happen? Because we're not allowing ourselves and giving ourselves priority. We're putting everybody before us. We're not standing up for our health. And that's how it connects, how being assertive, how standing up connects with our health. Because in general, if you're not, being able to put ourselves first, prioritize ourselves first, we start suffering, our health starts suffering. That's why it's so important. That's where it connects with your health. And the best part, do you know why it's important to be healthy? Actually, most of us know. Do you know why it's important to be healthy? Let me share with you. It's important to be healthy because it'll help. Yes, that's the first point I've written, Kritika. It'll help you live longer. Of course, be happier. You'll have a lot more energy. If you're healthy, you'll have a lot more energy. You will be thriving and not just surviving. Like, so sad when you're sick and you're unwell and you just pass your days. You avoid diseases and illnesses. Because you're healthier, your medical bills are lower. You feel empowered. You feel confident. Remember how you feel after a good workout? You'll be sweaty and exhausted, but you feel awesome. That feeling, sorry, someone's here? That feeling when, it carries over and translates into your present, the way you present yourself, as well as how you're perceived by others. So it's an all important thing to, basically stand up and be healthy. It helps you feel and look better. Your mental health is much better. That's why it's important to be healthy. That's why, and the best part is we all know the importance of being healthy, but we yet not doing much about it. Why do you think you're not doing much about it? What is the reason that it's important to be healthy? You know all the benefits of being healthy, but you're yet not standing up for yourself. This is something, this webinar, I want you to start thinking about it. I want you to understand what's going on in your life. I want you to take away and start making a change. And that's why I'm asking you these questions. I hope they're not making you uncomfortable. The only idea is to get you to start thinking. So ask yourself, despite knowing how important it is for yourself to be healthy, you're yet not standing up for your health. You're not doing much about it. Would you like to share with me why? What's going on? Why do you think you're not able to stand up for your health? Any of you? Well, I'll share. It's because You don't think the need or the want is that strong yet. Nothing's really gone wrong for you to, it's carrying on. Yes, Pritika, it's hard when you have such good food around. Absolutely, it's hard. And you're also managing pretty fine with eating all that good food. Another very big, important point here that most people don't stand up for themselves and are not able to say no is because of fear of conflict. They're worried that they'll be perceived as aggressive, they'll be, offend someone while you're trying to prioritize yourself and your health. You have no time. That's another very, common thing. I have no time to prioritize my health. I'm so busy taking care of my family, my children, my husband. I have so much to do. And then you never prioritized yourself, so you don't even know how to. Has anything here that I've missed out? Is there anything that you'd like to add? Why you're not able to stand up for your health? Why you're not able to, take things to prioritize your health, even though you know how important it is? Would you like to share something? If I've missed out anything, or this is fine. This has covered all that, should be. Let me know. Okay. I want to especially talk about this fear of conflict, fear of being perceived as aggressive, because standing up or being assertive is very often taken in the wrong sense, in the wrong meaning. And that's why I want to talk about the dreaded word, assertive. Very often, people mistake assertive for aggressive. They fear that if I stand up, if I'm assertive, I'll be, branded as this aggressive person, this big mouth person. So let's talk about it. Assertiveness is aggressive. Assertiveness is a way to get your needs met without offending others. It's very powerful, but nobody's hurt. That doesn't mean that people will not reject the new you or the newfound assertiveness. Yes, Pritika, or unpredictable and mysterious, absolutely. But if they do, they'll eventually respect you, because real assertiveness involves respect for yourself and for the other person. In fact, assertiveness is about asking for what you want and expressing yourself in a manner that respects others. It's showing respect. That's the biggest difference between assertive and aggressive. An aggressive person will not care about another's feelings or another's thoughts or another. They will just put their point forward and carry on without thinking. But an assertive person, a person who's asserting themselves, will be respectful. It's standing up for yourself while being respectful. And at a much deeper level, it's about fundamentally altering the way you view yourself in the world. When you successfully learn to stand up for yourself, you start experiencing freedom, freedom of time, freedom of mind. Assertiveness is a communication skill that reduces conflict. The fear that we have that being assertive, speaking our mind will cause conflict, it's the opposite. It builds your self-confidence. It improves your relationships, not only in your workplace. I put workplace here, but it improves it everywhere. It improves it in your personal life, in your professional life. So please, assertiveness is a very important word. Understand it before feeling, very often it's been misunderstood. I hope assertiveness is clear with you now. If there's any questions, please ask me. I'll be happy to answer. And before moving on, I hope you have a pen and a paper around. If you don't, quickly go and get one. I want to do a quick journaling exercise with you right now. Should I move on, girls? Should I move on? How can we be assertive with our kids? Well, I'm happy. Assertive basically means standing your ground, expressing what you want from them without getting angry, without, being in an authoritarian manner. So if you want to be assertive with your kids, for example, I'll tell you what I do with my daughter. She at times tries to be, as a normal child, rebel, say no. And then I tell her, these are your options. It's about giving the power to her. I will tell you even later how to be assertive. So that's when I'll give you better examples. But for now, When you stand your ground, when you're respectful, even with your children, you show your child respect. Tell your child, I understand what you're asking for. I understand you don't feel like listening to me. I understand you want to do something different from what I'm asking you for. But if you do that, it may not be so good for you. These are the consequences that may happen. You lay out all the options for them. And as hard as it is, let them then make the decision. It's very easy to say, I'm the mother, this is what you'll do. But for how long will you be able to do that? Once they grow up, they're going to say, too bad, I'm the one making the decision. So if you lay out all the options assertively, firmly, giving them and showing them respect, even children respond very well to assertiveness. Have I answered your question, Purva? Thank you. I'm moving on now, and I want you to do this journaling exercise. Take a quick snapshot of this. If you were to stand up for your health and improve the quality of your health, what would your life look like? Let me give you 2-3 minutes right now to please write down or type it on your phone this journaling exercise. I really want you to take back from this webinar a lot of knowledge and wealth of knowledge and value. So let's get thinking. Put it down. If you were to stand up for your health and improve the quality of your health, what would your life look like? What are the changes you'll make? What will you do? Write a few lines. I'm just giving you 2-3 minutes, and I'm going to stop talking now. I'm going to give you silence for about 2 minutes. Can I move on? Maybe continue writing later once we're done so we can move on. Lovely. Is there anything you'd like to share if you have written, if you have, done this journaling exercise right now? Anything that popped up in your mind while you were writing and you would like to share? Any of you? Okay, I'm moving on. Now is the fun and the juicy part. Time for learning the strategies on how to stand up for your health. But before that, a little fun story time. I want to share something about myself. Before I get into the strategies, let me first tell you that I used to be the most non-assertive person ever. I was always afraid of speaking my mind, worried that I would offend someone. I feared conflict, and I was basically, as hard as it is to say and accept, I was a people pleaser. To add to that, I was also extremely overweight and unhealthy. Thanks to my, nature, I found it very hard to become healthier because I could never say no when someone asked me to do something which included eating wrong. Maybe I'd gone out and they asked me, why don't you join us? And I'd say, okay, I couldn't say no. Or cancelling a workout because someone else wanted my time. So if I had gym, I had to go to the gym, and someone else asked me to come somewhere, I wouldn't be able to say that, sorry, it's my exercise time, I can't come. It was really hard. Learning to be assertive gave me so much power and freedom. It was liberating. It gave me self-confidence and a belief in myself that I am important too. And I have a right to voice my opinion while respecting myself and others. I finally took the plunge and went from fat to somewhat fit. It was an amazing experience when I started prioritizing myself, when I started prioritizing my health. It was very hard for me in the beginning. It was very hard to assert myself and stand up for myself. But once I got on track, there was no looking back. I had really learned it the hard way after years of trying and failing. But I want you to learn it before you reach that stage of your life where it gets really hard for you and you feel lost. This is one of the biggest reasons I'm running this webinar, because I have been there. I have been non-assertive. I found it very hard to be standing up for myself. I was always a people pleaser, and it did not serve me. It did not serve me at all, because nobody is ever happy and you're only fighting a losing battle. So start making yourself happy. Give yourself priority. I'm not asking you to be selfish, but there are times where you need to put yourself first. And that is why I'm running this webinar. Now let's get to the work. I'm going to teach you a two-step plan, because first is mindset work and then the action. Now, what is mindset work? Learning anything new, especially something like this, which involves, working on your temperament, on your nature, on your insights. Learning anything new or different in your life always begins with first convincing your brain that it's okay to make that change and that the change is not wrong. It may feel different at first, but eventually it will become a part of you. Having a growth mindset can really help you in all aspects of your life. So basically, before doing anything new, before learning how to stand up for yourself, you need to train your mind. You need to convince your brain that it's okay to do that. So how do you do that? You need to get clear on what you really want. How do you, there are various ways of doing that. You talk to yourself, you journal about it. Another tool that's really good is called the Wheel of Life tool, a coaching tool that helps you understand the balance of your life. What areas of your life need priority? What are you missing out on? And if you want to learn more about this Wheel of Life, send me an email or send me a message, and I will send it to you on your inbox and help you with this Wheel of Life. It'll help you understand where you stand, what's going on in your life. Then you need to understand why your health is important and why you need to prioritize it, like what we just discussed. Why does your health need priority? What are you missing? What are you not doing? And then you need to make the decision to stand up for your health. You need to positively assert yourself. You need to commit to being assertive rather than passive and aggressive. It may feel strange at first, but like any new habit, it will get easier. You need to write down all the possible negative, or think about all the possible negative consequences. You know why this is so important? Because sometimes we don't make changes because we start imagining so many possible negative consequences that it it causes fear in us. Maybe when you start writing it down, it makes you realize that it's actually not all that bad. Those things that seem so scary were all in your mind. So write down all the possible negative consequences that may happen when you start putting your health first. Start getting assertive. It's amazing what you will find. Then you need to seek support to process and clear these fears. How you can do it by speaking to your friends, your family, by using support from me. That's what I'm here for. That's what coaches are here for. And please, you need to avoid going on a guilt trip. Be honest and tell others how you feel and what you want without making accusations. Don't let anybody feel guilty. You don't have to feel guilty because you're being different or making these changes in your attitude and behavior. It's for your own good. It's for you to start getting and feeling better. It's prioritizing your health and there's nothing wrong with it. Is the mindset work clear? Should I move on to the action steps now? Does anybody have any questions? Please let me know so I can move on. I'm going to take a quick sip of water in the meantime. Great. Okay, now before we do that, before I teach you the action, I want you to visualize with me something. Your you've started taking care of your health. You're trying to be conscious of what you put into your body so that you don't abuse your body, you eat healthy. You're out for a meal with your friends and you're telling them that, I'm eating healthy now and I'm not going to eat dessert today. Someone says, no, today is okay. Start tomorrow. Eat that dessert today. And you can always, start taking care of your health tomorrow. I want you to visualize this conversation because it's so common. It happened to me just last week. I'm trying to take care of my health and I'm avoiding sweet things, desserts. And my friends kept saying, take a bite, take 2 bites, doesn't matter. And despite being, able to assert myself, despite doing it for so long, it was hard for me. I said once, no, I don't want to. They said again, no, please eat it. Again, I said, I don't want to eat it. And finally, I said, please, girls, stop forcing me. I'm not keen on eating this dessert. I will admit it was not easy, but I finally stood up for myself because I've been doing it for a while now. And I want you to visualize the same scenario. I want you to visualize this where you are trying to be healthy. People around you are not, supporting you. How are you standing up for yourself? Do you give in? Do you rather say, it's okay, I just, start dieting tomorrow. I don't want to offend them. I just eat now. Can you visualize having this conversation? How does it make you feel? Do you feel good? Do you feel miserable? Please start thinking about these things. It's important because only when you start imagining yourself in these scenarios can you actually start taking action when you're actually in them. Should I move on? Or I'm going to give you a minute's time to think about it and visualize standing up for your health right now. So when you're done, you're a little bit more prepared when you're in the real world. Give it some thought. Think about the last time when you wanted to do something else and people around you were not supportive. They're not mean, they're not being bad. It's just they want to include you, not realizing that it's not helping you, it's not serving you. How did you react? What did you do? What did you say? I really want you to visualize it. Should I move on? Any questions? You gave in, Kritika, but you felt really guilty after that. I understand. It's so common to feel guilty because you want to stand up. You want to say no, but you're not able to. Well, now, once I've shared all this with you, how will you react differently? What will you do now so that you don't feel guilty later? Would you like to share that? It's easy to feel guilty. Yes, listen, Kritika says, I'll listen to the voice in my head. Give it importance. Remember, if you don't give yourself importance, if you don't respect yourself and that voice in your head, why will anybody else do it? I'm so happy to hear you say that. Thank you for sharing it with me. I'm going to move on now. And I'm going to be teaching you how you can take action to stand up for your health. I'm happy for you to take a snapshot, but I'll also be sending a recording of this webinar, so you'll get all of it later too. Okay. We'll start with these. How do you take action to start standing up? This one, so that you don't feel guilty later. You need to be respectful. That is the foundation of being assertive and standing up for yourself, standing up for your health. You need to be respectful. You need to respect yourself and the people involved. It all starts here. It's the foundation. Respect is so necessary. And then you need to start practicing assertiveness. I always say practice makes perfect, but someone we did in the previous webinar very nicely put it, practice makes progress. Talk in an assertive manner in front of a mirror or with a friend, someone you're close to, someone you're comfortable with. Pay attention to your body language as well as the words you say. Please understand, it may seem scary at first, and that is probably that it will not be perfect. But don't be too hard on yourself. Keep trying. Resolve to learn from every attempt how to do it better the next time. It may be the hardest thing you've ever done. It was for me. Being assertive was really, really hard for me. But learning it, and I'm yet learning it. I feel I've learned quite a bit, but there are yet days when I feel I'm fumbling with my words, not able to completely be assertive. It takes time, but keep at it, keep trying. It will never, never fail you. And this is a very important thing. Focus on using I statements. So Wikipedia calls it the I message. When you're trying to be assertive, start your sentences with I. Like I think, I feel. When you start a sentence with you, that becomes aggressive language instead of assertive language. Words like you always, you never. Basically, it comes off as a judgment or an attack, and it puts the person in front of you on the defensive. However, if you start with I, the focus is more on how you are feeling, how you're affected by that behavior. It shows ownership of your reaction, and there's less blame. It helps you take responsibility. It helps you minimize defensiveness. And you both, and like people around you, and you will all move it forward with a positive, attitude and reaction. Let me give you an example of a I message and a you message. A you message would be, you need to stop doing that. However, if you reword it with an I message, it will be, I'd like it if you stop doing that. You see the change, how it sounds so different? So a very important tip is using I, putting yourself in the limelight, taking responsibility. And as one of you said earlier, learning to say no. This is such an important life skill. It is helpful in almost every aspect of our life, and it's yet so hard. A polite but assertive no to any excessive requests from people will help you avoid overloading your life and your schedules. And it will really help get balance in your life, which is so important. Can I move forward? Also getting clear on your boundaries and protecting them with confidence. Like, let me give you an example of getting clear on your boundaries. I had a friend who said that she never ate she never ate a meal at her desk in her office. It was a very clear boundary for her because during her long working hours, it was like a break to pick up her food, her lunch, and not like she had to eat out. She used to always take her food from home, but she would take that lunch box and go outside and sit on a different place and eat her food. It was a boundary that she had set, and she was very clear about it. What that did was, and she protected it with confidence. Even when her boss wanted to give her some work, everybody in the office knew that she would be eating her lunch outside and not on her desk. So when someone or a boss, anybody in her office wanted to give her some work to do, they would first ask her, is it lunchtime? Are you done with lunch? When you're back, maybe you can do this. So when you are clear on your boundaries, when you protect them, others start doing the same. Is there any questions you'd like to ask on these boundaries? It's very important that you are clear and you respect your boundaries. That's when it gives a message to others too. And please relax. Relax and do things. It's not a battle you're fighting. You're not going to war. You need to relax and realize that you're doing this for yourself to lead a happier, healthier life. So please relax about it. And now we're to be standing up for your health, you need to eat a healthy diet for the right, Kritika says, mother-in-law boundaries at the most. Yes. Would you like to elaborate some more? Okay, I'm carrying on. Eating a healthy diet for the right reasons, rather than eating right only for the, only for looking better in your clothes. You should also make a commitment to eating the right foods that will boost your energy levels and keep your system running smoothly and well. Another reason for eating a healthy diet is to maintain is that it has an immediate effect on your mood rather than the number on your scale, on the weighing scale. If you eat a poor diet, that's an unhealthy diet, like too much sugar, you may feel lethargy, you may feel, moody, jittery in a matter of minutes, sometimes hours. If you eat healthy food and you eat right, you feel energized, you feel optimistic, and that's a very, very amazing reward. So you're not only eating healthy because you want to look good, but it helps your insides, it helps your mood, it helps your health. So that's one more reason to stand up for your health. You need to rest enough. You need to make sleep a priority. Because if you haven't gotten enough sleep, you'll be less productive, you'll be less sharp mentally, and you'll be prone to various side effects, you'll be stressed out. Like you can avoid too much, caffeine in the evening, because then you'll not be able to sleep. Caffeine has the quality of not letting you sleep and making you, wide awake and awake. So avoiding caffeine in the evening. Maybe trying a calming meditation technique so your body can get relaxed and sleep well. All these kind of small things help you stand up for your health because you know these benefits. When you exercise, we've all heard that, you eat right and exercise, but it's so easy to say, I don't have time. I'm so busy. I don't know where to fit in that exercise. That's one of the most common excuses. One very, good strategy is for making fitness and exercise a regular part of your life, and build an exercise habit around your other habits or other parts of your day. Make it a part of your evening. I'll give you an example of it has taken a lot of trial and error, but what has started working for me. I used to also have this thing of, I don't have time to exercise. I'm so busy working. Then my kids come home in the evening or in the afternoon and I'm with them, and I don't want to take that another hour out and say that, I'm going to the gym or working out. Then I realized that when my kids are in the playground, and luckily for me, my gym is right at the playground. Literally, the glass door of my gym overlooks the playground outside. So I have started going to the gym when my kids are in the playground. So I'm literally running on the treadmill and watching them play as well. I'm not with them, but I can see them. They can see me. And it has started working so well. I mean, that's how you need to do it. You need to work your way. If you're committed to being healthy, to prioritizing your health, you will find a way. And this is just an example of how I have found the way, because I have realized I need to take care of my health. I need to prioritize it. You need to be so mindful of what you put into your body. Avoid unhealthy substances, nicotines, excessive alcohol, excessive caffeine. All these are not good. Anything in limits, in less amounts, in normal amounts is fine, but don't overdo it. I'm not telling you to become a saint or a hermit, but do everything in limits. Be committed. Be consistent. Don't do it for 2-3 days and then give up and say, okay, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. Do things that you can do long term. And self-care. You'll be wondering why self-care is put as taking action to stand up for your health. Well, it's self-care means doing something that makes you feel good, that makes you feel charged, that makes you feel important. And when you're feeling good about yourself, when you're taking care of yourself, you automatically start giving importance to your health. Because that feeling is contagious. That feeling is amazing of feeling good. And that's what standing up for yourself does. Standing up for your health does. It makes you feel good inside and out. And as one of you said, listen to your inner voice. I think it was Pritika who said that she didn't listen to her inner voice and that's why she felt guilty. Yes, listening to your voice in your head, Pritika. So these are how you can take action. I'm going to just quickly read it out from the beginning again. Be respectful. Practice assertiveness. Focus on using the I statement. Learn to say no. This is so important. Get clear on your boundaries. Protect them with confidence. Relax. Eat a healthy diet for the right reasons. Rest enough. Make sleep a priority. Exercise. Be mindful of what you put into your body. Be committed. Self-care. Listen to your inner voice. Are there any questions before we move on? Anything you'd like to ask me on how to take action, about the mindset work, about how to stand up for yourself? Any questions? So I'll move on. Any questions, anyone? Okay, moving on. I would like to do one last exercise with you before we end today. What is the one, and this, I will not rush you to do it right now. Take a snapshot of this and think about it. What is the one boundary that you need to set and protect for your health in 2019? How are you going to make 2019 the year that you look out and watch your health and become healthier, prioritize it so that health affects every aspect of your life. But we're too afraid to have and set any boundaries. We're too afraid to be assertive. We're too afraid to stand up for ourselves. What is that one boundary that you need to set and protect? What is that one thing? It's just a start. And this one thing will lead to many more. But I want you to think about this one boundary that you will set and protect for your health. Give it some thought. Pritika says, I'll try to eat healthy and drink water and fruit in place of snacks. How lovely. It's very nice. But how will you protect it? How will you protect this boundary of eating healthy and drinking a lot of water, drinking more water and eating fruit? How will, if someone comes to you with that box of snacks and says, but you love the snacks. Why are you eating fruit today? Eat the snacks, eat fruit tomorrow. How will you protect it? What is it that you will say to them? What is it that you will say to yourself without feeling bad, without feeling guilty, without feeling scared, fearing conflict? I want to know what that boundary is. I'm so happy that you're ready to start taking care. But we all have the best intentions that go completely downwards because we don't have our boundaries in place. I want you to start thinking about the boundaries. Your intentions are amazing, but how are you protecting them? Yes, you want to increase your energy levels. Perfect. How will you stand up and say, this is for me? I want you to think about that. I'm so happy you're sharing all this with me, and I'm really grateful for it. If you have any questions before I move on, please let me know. I'm loving the sharing today. It's so amazing that you're keen and you want to stand up for your health. If there are no questions, I have a very, very special offer for you today. Well, I'm offering a special 90-minute coaching session for only $150. Basically to help you get on the right path. This one session will really get you on that right track. During this session, we'll go deeper with the strategies explained. We'll get clear on all your priorities. We'll understand what comes in your way. You have the best intentions, but what are the barriers? You need to get aware of what are these potential barriers that stop you despite you having these intentions. We'll establish and protect these boundaries, and we'll stand up for the areas of your life that want and need your attention. Imagine ending this year having achieved all your goals that are important to you. So if you're keen, on standing up for yourself, standing up for your health, this special offer is valid for the next 7 days. It's a 50% discount. Normally it's $300 for a 90-minute session, but I really want to help you get on track with your health and learn how to stand up for yourself. If you have any other questions, if you have any other, let me stop the share. If you have any other questions, anything you'd like to ask me, I'm so happy to answer. Even if later you want to send me an email, my email address is hello@ruchiparekh.com. I'm going to put it in the chat box also. Feel free, hello@ruchiparekh.com. Feel free to email me. I'm always available on social media, Facebook and Instagram as well. Thank you so much for joining me today. It has been a complete pleasure chatting with you, talking to you, sharing with you. Thank you so much. If you have, anything you want to ask me now before we end the webinar, do let me know. Otherwise, I'll be ending the recording and the meeting right now.